Hello YouTubers, this is Pink Olay, and today we're going to be making a giant pillow. So what you're going to need is some chunky yarn. This is Big Twist, not exactly sure what color, maybe light blue, Big Twist Chunky. I'm using a size L hook, a yarn needle, and you're going to need buttons for the eyes. So go ahead and set that to the side. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to make my little slip knot here. And then I'm going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I'm just going to join with a slip stitch. And then I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2. And we are going to do 15 double crochets into the hole we just made. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, that's 5, 6, 7, uh-oh, okay, that was 7, this is 8, 9, I'm gonna grab some yarn here. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that was 9. That's 10. This is 11 and 12, 13, 14, and then our last one, which is 15. And we want to make sure we pull our hole tightly closed. And then you want to join, of course, to your chain 2, the slip stitch. There you go. Now, in the beginning when I was telling you what you needed, I did forget to say you're either going to need stuffing. You can do stuffing, you can do an old sheet, or an old pillow that you are not using. I have an old pillow that I'm not using. I don't have any pillowcases for it, so this is me making a pillowcase for it. Okay, a little bit of a tangle in my yarn. Give me a minute. Okay, so now what we're going to do, round 2, we're going to chain 2, so 1 and 2, and we're going to double crochet into each single stitch. Should have 30 stitches at the end of this. So one and 2 And this is 3 and 4, and then there's the 5 and 6. 7 and 8. Oh no, another tangle in my yarn. I don't know how this happens. Uh-oh. I have no idea how my yarn gets tangled. Alright, there we go. Lost count there. So I'm just going to do 2 in each one. Not sure. I'll count afterwards. So that's something you can do if you lose count when you're doing something. You can always do it and then go back and count to make sure it's right. Some more yarn. It's the pattern is kind of like making a giant hat and then sewing up the top of that hat and making yourself a giant pillow. Okay. I am coming up on the end here. Just a few more stitches. Okay. Just needs to make sure. Let me see something real quick because, see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So, this was 29. Uh-oh. There we go. And 30. And then, of course, we want to join to our chain 2. Okay. And for round 3, we're going to chain 2 more. 1, 2, and then you're going to do 2 double crochet in the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch. You're going to repeat all the way around to the end. And you should have 45 stitches at the end of that round. I went ahead and finished that round and I have 45 stitches. Now you're going to chain 2 and you're going to put 2 double crochet in the first stitch, and then you're going to double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So again, that's 2 double crochet in the first stitch, and then double crochet in the next 2 stitches. You're going to repeat that pattern all the way around until you come to the end where you're going to slip stitch and chain 2 more. Alright, so I've finished, and at the end of that round I have 60 stitches. I've chained 2, and for our next round, round 5, we're going to do 2 double crochet in the first stitch and then 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, and 3. And then again, that's 1 and 2 in the same stitch. And then 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Alright, so I have finished round 5, and this is what you should have so far. And you should have, at the end of round 5, you should have 75 stitches. Now for round 6 through 18, you're going to chain 2, and you're just simply going to double crochet all the way around. There's no more increases. Simple double crochet all the way until you get to row 18. Alright, so I've finished my pillow here, my pillowcase rather. You want to leave a long tail for sewing it up. Now I'm just going to take my tail and pull it through the loop to secure it. Now we're not going to stuff it and sew it yet. You're going to pick a side, whatever side you want to be the front. Now of course you can leave it like this, you can stuff it, you can sew it up and be done. But I want to make eyes and a face. I'm making this for my son. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to switch to a H hook. That's a 5-point-millimeter hook, and I'm going to take some white yarn, and I'm going to start making my eyes. The eyes are very simple. You're going to make 2. So you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to slip stitch to join. Then you're going to chain 2, and we are going to double crochet 6 into the little hole that we made. So that's 1, this is 2, 3, Okay, 4, this is 5, and then this would be 6. And then we're just going to slip stitch to our chain 2 to close. And we're going to chain 2 again. And you're going to make 2 of these. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 double crochet into each stitch. So you'll have 12. 1, that's 2, 3, and this is 4, 5, 6, this is 7, and 8, and this is 9, and 10, and then our last one, which is 11, and 12 right here. Then go ahead and slip stitch to your chain 2, slip stitch to your chain 2, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to do 1 double crochet and then 2. And I'm going to repeat that all the way around. Okay, so I finished my first eye, and of course you're going to slip stitch to join, and then you want to cut off a long tail for sewing. And again, we do the exact same thing we did before with the pillowcase, which is just pull the string through the loop to secure it. And now you see I've already picked out my buttons, and I want to make sure they fit. Now of course you can just sew the button on and then sew it onto the bag and be done with the bag, but I wanted to put a little bit of something else. So I have some sparkly blue yarn here, and I'm going to slip stitch, and I'm going to surface slip stitch, which you have to go up under. So right here, and I'm just gonna pull it through, put my loop through, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to you just go in, pull, and go through just like that. Go on there, pull through just like that, and I'm just going around where the button's gonna be. It's not very hard. Going in, grabbing the yarn, and then just slip stitching. See? And I'm almost done here. Come up on the end here, slip stitch one more time, and then slip stitch to the beginning. Go in, pull through. There we go. And then you just want to cut it off, secure it, and you want to do that for both of your eyes. Okay, so I've started to go ahead and sew on my eye here. It's very simple. I use the tail from my eye, my long tail from my eye, to sew on my button. And I'm just simply picked a spot where I would like my eye to go, and I'm just simply sewing through the holes that I made when I crocheted. This is part of the reason why we don't sew the bag up, so we can sew on the eye. So see here, I'm just sewing it on. And then as I come to the very end here, we always want to leave with the inside so none of it shows on the outside. And when we get here, what we want to do is you want to pick a spot and you just want to sew through the back, kind of knot it. And then you want to take your tail and you want to hide your tail in the inside of the bag, just like that. And generally just cut off the excess, the extra. Okay. And then you're going to do that for both eyes. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is how to make the nose, which is very, very simple. You can do a button nose, or because I have a small child, I am going to do just a white little nose here. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to slip stitch. I am going to chain 1, and I'm going to half double crochet 10 into this little tiny hole. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6, 7, 8, 9, and the very last one, 10, right here. And then we're just going to slip stitch right in the first chain, and there's our nose. We're done. And you cut off a long tail for sewing, and again you want to secure it, so take the tail, put it through the loop, and pull. And then there's our nose, and we just sew it on. Now, I really hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial for the giant pillow. The very last thing that you do once you're done sewing on your face, or even if you want to sew on a face, you just stuff the pillow with whatever you want to stuff it with. That's an old sheet, some stuffing, or an old pillow, which is what I'm using. Uh, you stuff it, then you sew it up, and you're all finished. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial for the giant uh, pillow, giant crochet pillow. And as always, I am Pink Olay saying happy crochet.